Hi, my name is Christian. I would like to show you how Flower Dev Center fits and adds value to the excellent program Google Summer of Code. Flower Dev Center brings faster communication, which saves time for both students and mentors, and better code. Let's imagine that I'm a student and I'm contributing to a wiki software. I want to add a new feature. Let's call it a special table of contents. Here is the flow that I'm proposing. First of all, I begin with some investigation, then I think of a solution, which I discuss with my mentor. He gives me feedback, which I process, and then I start coding. When everything is done, my modifications are merged into the Git repository. I begin everything with some technical and functional investigation. I will probably study some documentation, browse code and understand some architecture, do some debugging, go deeper into the architecture, and go deeper into debugging. Browse tracker, mailing list, etc. When I'm done with the investigations, I begin to think about how to implement my new feature. I put my ideas on diagrams, which look like this. Please notice the font colors. They have a meaning. I marked with red the code that I will be adding. In black is the code that exists and that I will reuse. And with red also the code that exists but I intend to modify. For example, I want to use the execute function from the query core class. But I want to make a slight modification so that it fits my needs. So I mark it here with red. I didn't work only with diagrams. Flower Dev Center maintains my diagrams and code in sync. And for me this was helpful because I added comments that I will use during development. Now that my implementation proposal is finished, I want to discuss it with my mentor. Flower Dev Center is web-based, so I give my mentor a link and within seconds he's online and we can collaborate in real time on my diagrams. A picture, or a diagram in this case, is worth 1,000 words. He understands quickly what I want to do and how I want to do it. He's up to speed with my thinking and he provides useful feedback. He agrees with most of my design, marking the diagram element with orange. But he also gives me important feedback. He spots some minor details, he has some comments regarding code clarity, and a major design glitch. For example, I wanted to use a global variable that was not thread safe. I process the feedback. I may speak again with my mentor to show the final design, and I begin coding. As I complete functions and classes, I mark them with blue on the diagram. Now I finished the implementation. Let's imagine that I have a diff that has 46 modified files. Among them, 19 are core files that were changed. What a pleasure for my mentor, I'm saying to myself. But Flower Dev Center helps. Because we designed the code together, my mentor is quite confident that the design and the whole architecture is clean. He can concentrate on the modifications that I did on the core, and he can go faster on the modifications that are more peripheral. As the devil is in the details, apparently harmless variables, dependencies or functions that appear during development, and which are here marked with red again, can and sometimes won't hesitate to break a clean architecture. My mentor pays particular attention to these elements which appeared during development. In my case, it's about two methods. My mentor agrees with them, validates the whole design, and integrates my diff into Git. So how precisely did Flower Dev Center help? I put implementation ideas on diagram, and this was quite quick. It was flexible. I worked both with diagrams and code at the same time. I gave my mentor a link, and within 5 seconds he had my diagrams on his screen, and we started to collaborate. In a couple of more minutes, my mentor knew what and how I wanted to do. He had both an overview and a detailed view of my design. That's how he spotted flaws, and that's how I avoided mistakes that I would have made otherwise. The code review was quicker as well, because the overall structure was already discussed and reviewed, and nasty things that may have appeared during coding are highlighted, and the mentor can pay special attention to them. He can then focus on important code that relates to the core, while going quicker over code that is more peripheral. That's why we say that Flower Dev Center brings faster communication, which really saves time for both students and mentors, and better code. Thank you for watching. I wish you a fruitful Google Summer of Code. Bye bye!